Have you ever wondered how much of our happiness and well-being as we age depends on understanding our deepest needs, not just physically but emotionally and spiritually? Aging often arrives quietly, bringing wisdom and reflection, but also challenges that many of us hesitate to confront. Among these is a topic shrouded in silence and stigma: the role of masturbation in later life. Why should you care about this? Because it's not just about the act itself. It's about understanding the connections between your body, mind, and emotions. Science shows us that our intimate habits hold the power to heal, bring joy, and even prolong vitality. Yet they can also reflect deeper struggles like loneliness, unresolved grief, or unspoken desires, particularly as we navigate the quieter years of life. This video isn't about judgment or taboo. It's about empowerment. We'll uncover the surprising physical benefits of masturbation, its potential to enhance well-being, and the risks of unmindful habits that may deepen emotional isolation. Most importantly, we'll explore how to strike a balance that fosters not only physical health but also emotional growth and connection. Stay with us until the end, because the insights you'll gain could change the way you approach aging, intimacy, and self-care. We'll share Felipe's story, a heartfelt journey through loss, healing, and rediscovering the beauty of connection. His experience is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to rewrite our narrative. Embrace self-discovery and nurture the emotional and physical bonds that make life rich and fulfilling. By the time you finish watching, you'll not only understand the deeper role of intimacy in old age, but you'll also be inspired to reflect on your own needs, break free from stigma, and step into a fuller, more balanced life. Let's start this important conversation together. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial, as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now let's get started. Old age often arrives quietly, like a season of twilight, bringing with it a mixture of grace, wisdom, and an undeniable fragility. It is a stage of life frequently idealized for its moments of reflection and the profound understanding that comes from decades of living. Yet beneath the surface lies a reality often overlooked: the inevitable changes and challenges that accompany the passage of time. These changes demand resilience, patience, and a willingness to face uncharted emotional landscapes. To approach old age with an open mind and without prejudice is perhaps one of the greatest acts of courage we can perform for ourselves. Among the many topics that society finds difficult to discuss openly is masturbation, particularly when it concerns older adults. For decades, it has been cloaked in silence, marred by shame, and dismissed as taboo, especially within the elderly community. The stigma is so pervasive that even those experiencing the realities of aging often shy away from acknowledging their sexual needs and desires. Yet science has offered us a compassionate lens through which to view this practice, not as something shameful or embarrassing, but as a natural, healthy, and even essential part of human existence. Masturbation is more than just a physical act. It is an intimate form of self-exploration, a bridge to understanding our bodies and a pathway to embracing the unique, unchanging truths of who we are. But as with all things, balance is key. Without mindfulness, even the healthiest of practices can take on a darker shade. Consider an elderly person who spends their days in solitude. Their once busy life now stripped down to the bare essentials: the vibrant laughter of loved ones, the excitement of daily routines, and the comforting hum of companionship have faded into distant memories for them. Masturbation may begin as a small act of self-care, a comforting ritual in an otherwise monotonous day. It becomes a way to release pent-up tension, reconnect with fleeting moments of pleasure, or simply feel alive. Over time, however, what begins as a comforting habit may harden into a hollow routine, devoid of joy, meaning, or intention. The act that once provided relief might become an echo of the emptiness. They seek to escape the question then arises, what are we truly seeking when we engage in this practice? Is it a simple pursuit of pleasure, a response to physical urges, or a means to fill a deeper unspoken void? These questions are not easy to answer, but are crucial to understanding the role of masturbation in our lives, particularly as we age. Without such reflection, we risk falling into patterns that provide momentary relief, yet fail to address the emotional currents beneath. Research sheds light on this complexity. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior has suggested that daily masturbation may in some cases correlate with feelings of isolation and depression, particularly among older adults. This finding is both significant and sobering. The elderly often face unique vulnerabilities, loneliness stemming from the loss of lifelong partners, the absence of a fulfilling career, or a dwindling social network for them. Masturbation might represent a temporary balm for emotional pain, but it can also underscore the profound isolation they feel. In such instances, masturbation stops being a celebration of self and instead becomes a reflection of a life lived in solitude. This is not to say that masturbation is inherently harmful. On the contrary, it has been proven to offer numerous physical benefits, from releasing endorphins, the body's natural feel-good hormones, to promoting better circulation and maintaining sexual function. In old age, these benefits are especially important, as the aging body often faces challenges like reduced flexibility, declining muscle strength, and slower recovery times. Masturbation can be a powerful tool for preserving physical vitality and staying in touch with one's sense of pleasure. Yet when it becomes compulsive, an unthinking reaction to emotional pain, it can serve as a warning sign, revealing deeper psychological and emotional wounds. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Over the years, I have met many older individuals who have shared their private struggles with me. Some confided that masturbation became their refuge from a world that no longer seemed to see or value them. For others, it was a way to escape the heaviness of grief, the pangs of regret, or the quiet fear of their own mortality. While this practice initially brought them comfort, many admitted that it left them feeling more isolated, longing for a connection that went beyond the physical. This highlights an essential truth. Masturbation, though beneficial in many ways, cannot substitute for the warmth of human touch, the reassurance of companionship, or the joy of meaningful relationships. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to nurture emotional connections and confront the feelings that loneliness often brings for some. This might mean seeking out new friendships, finding hobbies that bring joy, or reconnecting with family. For others, it may mean exploring ways to engage with their community, or simply learning to sit with their emotions, embracing them with compassion and without judgment. The practice of masturbation, when approached mindfully, can be a part of the self-care, a way to honor the body, celebrate its resilience, and find pleasure even in solitude. But the key lies in intentionality. It is essential to remain mindful of how and why we engage in this act. Is it serving us? Is it contributing to our well-being? Or has it become a mask concealing deeper needs and unspoken desires? By asking these questions, we not only deepen our understanding of ourselves, but also create space for growth, healing, and connection. Ultimately, masturbation in old age is not a topic to be shunned or silenced, but rather a reflection of our ongoing relationship with our bodies, our emotions, and our humanity. It is a reminder that even in our later years, we are capable of exploring, learning, and embracing ourselves fully, in breaking the silence around the subject. We not only empower ourselves, but also pave the way for future generations to live with greater openness, compassion, and understanding. For in the end, the journey of aging is not just about surviving, but thriving, finding ways to honor the body, nurture the soul, and remain connected to the pulse of life itself. As we move through the later chapters of life, it becomes increasingly essential to remain in tune with our emotions and recognize the ways we address our inner needs. Aging brings profound changes, not just in the body, but in the heart and mind, and how we navigate these changes defines our well-being. Sometimes in seeking comfort, we may fall into patterns that, while initially soothing, can deepen the loneliness or sadness we wish to avoid. To better understand this, let me share the story of Don Felipe, a man whose experience is a powerful testament to the human spirit's resilience and the importance of connection. Don Felipe was a man of quiet dignity, one who carried the weight of life's trials. With grace in his younger years, he had been a devoted husband, cherishing every moment with his beloved wife, Maria. Together, they had built a life rich in love, laughter, and shared dreams, but when Maria fell ill, Felipe's world began to change for years. He cared for her tirelessly, watching as her health declined, feeling the weight of helplessness but never wavering in his devotion. When she passed away, a part of Felipe's heart seemed to pass with her. Now alone in their small weathered home on the outskirts of town, Felipe found himself adrift. The silence of his days was deafening, a stark contrast to the warmth and vibrancy that Maria had brought to his life. Without her, time seemed to stretch endlessly, and the memories of their life together were both a comfort and a source of pain. In the solitude of his grief, Felipe began to search for ways to fill the void she had left behind. At first, he turned to a familiar and private form of comfort: masturbation. To Felipe, this act was not merely physical, it was deeply emotional, a way of holding on to the intimacy he had shared with Maria. In those quiet, solitary moments, he felt closer to her, as if the act itself was a bridge connecting him to the love they had once shared. For a time, this ritual gave him a sense of solace, a fleeting reprieve from the heavy weight of his loneliness. But as the weeks turned into months, Felipe noticed a shift. What had started as a meaningful way to remember his wife and reconnect with his own body became a hollow routine. The act that once brought comfort now felt mechanical, empty, and devoid of the emotional depth it once held. Felipe began to realize that, despite engaging in this daily ritual, his sense of isolation was growing stronger. His days felt repetitive, his life devoid of the purpose that had once driven him. It was a moment of profound clarity, a recognition that his habit, instead of easing his pain, was amplifying it. Felipe began to ask himself difficult questions. What am I truly seeking in these moments? Is this act bringing me peace? Or is it masking a deeper ache? These questions weighed heavily on him, but they also sparked a determination to change. Felipe decided it was time to seek help. Reaching out was not easy. Felipe had always been a reserved man, unaccustomed to sharing his struggles, but he understood that staying silent would only prolong his pain. He found a compassionate therapist, someone who listened to his story with kindness and without judgment. In their sessions, Felipe began to unpack the layers of his grief. He came to see that his compulsion for daily masturbation was not simply about physical desire. It was a manifestation of his deep-seated fear of loneliness, his unspoken grief over losing Maria, and his struggle to find meaning in a life without her. Through therapy, Felipe discovered that he had been using this habit as a way to avoid confronting the vast emptiness he felt inside. With his therapist's guidance, he began exploring other ways to reconnect with himself and the world around him. Slowly but surely, Felipe started to rebuild his life. He joined a local reading group, where he discovered the joy of sharing stories and ideas with others. He volunteered at a community center, finding purpose in helping others and forming new friendships along the way. As Felipe opened himself to these new experiences, he noticed a profound change. The heaviness that had weighed on his soul began to lift, replaced by a sense of lightness and hope. His need for daily masturbation diminished naturally, not because he forced himself to stop, but because his life was becoming fuller, richer, and more meaningful. The connections he formed with others filled the void that had once seemed insurmountable, and he rediscovered the joy of living. Felipe's story is a powerful reminder that masturbation, while it can be a healthy and natural part of our lives, should not become a substitute for the emotional connections we all need. It is a practice that can provide comfort and even joy. But when it becomes a compulsion driven by unaddressed pain or loneliness, it risks deepening the very isolation it seeks to relieve. As we age, it is vital to find balance, not just between body and mind, but also between the inner world of our emotions and the outer world of our relationships, paying attention to the signals our bodies send us and the emotions that rise within us is key to maintaining true health and well-being. Emotional wounds cannot heal in isolation. They require life air and the nourishment of connection to mend. So how do older adults who masturbate daily end up? The answer is not straightforward, for the outcome depends on the role this practice plays in their lives. When it becomes a mindful, balanced expression of self-care, it can contribute to a healthy and satisfying life even in old age. But if it serves as a way to avoid facing deeper emotions or replaces meaningful connections with others, it can lead to greater isolation and sorrow. Felipe's journey teaches us that it is never too late to change, to seek help, and to rediscover the beauty of connection. His story reminds us that our sexual health is just one aspect of a larger picture, one that includes our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. As seniors, we must nurture all parts of ourselves, recognizing that true vitality comes not from avoiding life's difficulties, but from facing them with courage, compassion, and an open heart. Let us carry Felipe's wisdom forward, understanding that life, even in its later years, is full of possibilities for growth, connection, and joy. In embracing this truth, we honor not only ourselves, but also the loved ones whose memories continue to guide and inspire us. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. If you ever find yourself feeling that an activity like masturb has become an empty routine or a way to avoid facing the deeper emotions within, you know that you are not alone. Recognizing this is a courageous first step toward change. Life, even in its later stages, is filled with opportunities for renewal, healing, and growth-seeking help, whether by talking to a therapist, confiding in a trusted friend, or opening up to a loved one, can pave the way to a fuller, more balanced life. There is no shame in admitting you need support. In fact, it is one of the wisest and most empowering decisions you can make. Life is a journey meant to be shared, and wisdom lies in acknowledging. When we need guidance, there is strength in vulnerability, in reaching out and in allowing others to walk beside us when the path feels uncertain. Remember, we are never truly alone. Support and understanding are closer than we often realize, and embracing them can transform even the most difficult of times into a unities for growth and connection. In the golden years of life, we are offered a unique chance to live with wisdom and intention. These are not years to be lived in fear, regret, or shame, but rather with an open heart ready to embrace the fullness of life in all its facets. This includes exploring and understanding our sexuality, a natural and integral part of who we are. There is no age limit to self-discovery, and no expiration date on the joy of understanding ourselves more deeply. Embrace your sexuality with curiosity and openness, allowing it to enhance your sense of self, but always seek balance and remain open to the lessons that life continues to offer. Balance is key, not just in our sexuality, but in every aspect of our lives. Nurture your mind with enriching conversations, your body with activities that bring vitality, and your soul with connections that uplift you. Seek out relationships that bring you joy and purpose, and never hesitate to surround yourself with people who see the beauty in your journey. At the same time, cultivate moments of solitude where you can reflect and reconnect with the quiet truths of your heart. Let each day be lived with full awareness of what truly brings you happiness and fulfillment. Whether it's through a warm conversation with a friend, the pursuit of a beloved hobby, or simply savoring the beauty of a sunset, let your days be filled with intention. Life's richness lies in the small, meaningful moments that remind us of our worth and our place in the world. If this topic has resonated with you, I warmly invite you to continue this journey of self-reflection and discovery. Join us here at Sabia Ages, where we explore the nuances of aging with dignity, grace, and joy. Subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends and loved ones, because these conversations matter. They open doors to understanding, healing, and connection for seniors and for anyone navigating the complexities of life. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let us continue this dialogue about the importance of balance in the sexual and emotional lives of seniors together. We can break the barriers of silence and foster a community rooted in compassion, wisdom, and the shared desire to live fully at every stage of life. Remember, every moment is a gift, and every day is a chance to step closer to the happiness, fulfillment, and balance you deserve. Take care of yourself, nurture your body and spirit, and live with courage, joy, and purpose. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it is never too late to rediscover its beauty. As we close, take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored today, from understanding the delicate balance between physical needs and emotional well-being to hearing Felipe's story of resilience and rediscovery. There's so much wisdom to be gained. What have you learned so far? Is there one insight that has resonated with you the most? Perhaps it's the importance of mindfulness in daily habits, the need for emotional connection, or the courage to seek help and embrace change. We'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned today that you will bring into practice in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story and insights could inspire someone else on their journey. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, let's continue building a community that embraces aging with dignity, wisdom, and joy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.